What's up, everyone? It's Bahati, your favorite nurse, and I'm here today. I wanted to brief you about the program or what is coming up, and introduce a certain and a very important topic. Huwa nasikia sana kwa community that it is of high interest, called family planning. So today I'm going to just give you a brief of what family planning entails, and then a detail for each one of it, because many have questions like kuna zile za hormones, kuna zile zenye si za hormones, various family planning classes ranging from the short term to permanent methods. So I'm sure many in the community always have questions about these methods. Are they safe for me? Maybe if you want to choose, are they safe for your partner? So this information comes, and it is diversified, and you as someone who is not a medic can watch and really learn. It's going to come in a very basic and lowest way to your place where you are. Also, the medics can watch. Yeah, it's for everyone. It's for everyone, basically. Yeah. Thank you. And let's get to it. So family planning ni nini? Family planning, it's basically kupanga uzazi. Yeah. You want to have kids when you are ready for them, right? And the number of kids that you wish to have. So family planning is done kwa kutumia njia mbalimbali, what we call the contraceptives. So they are the medical or the natural family planning methods, and they are the artificial, but basically they are contraceptives. So these are means that are used to ensure that you don't get pregnant. Sawa. Yeah. So it is a family planning. Vile nimewambia, it's basically kupanga uzazi. Wewe kama someone who is who wants to get married, who is of a reproductive age generally, you have to have a plan on how you are going to set up your family. Or kama ni mtoto, when you are getting pregnant, for instance, you are sexually active, you have to ensure that you are cautious when you engage in sexual activity. You don't get unplanned pregnancy. Sawa. Yeah, so that you don't get cases like termination of pregnancy, abortion, depression, or mental illnesses associated with unplanned pregnancy. So let's get to classes. I said we are just going to introduce what is family planning so that mnaweza jua ni mbinu, which kinds of methods. So classes can be classified based on duration or time on which inaweza kaa, and maybe the constituent, or what is it made up of. Okay, let's say constituent. What is it made up of? So when you talk about time, we have short-term methods. That's let's say, call it number one. So short-term methods ni basically zenye ni za muda mfupi kwa lugha ya kawaida. For instance, let's use the ones that maybe they are below 1 year. Okay? For instance, you have short-term method like the ones natural methods, like the use of, okay, condom is not a natural method, but it's among the short-term means. So we have the use of condoms. They are short-term. Unatumia to once, and the next time you will need to reuse again. We have like the calendar method. You have to follow every time. Okay. Another short-term method is the use of oral contraceptives, stroke injection. Yeah, ile unapatanga unaambiwa ni ya miezi 3. It's a short-term method. Oral ni ile ya kumeza ya pills. Another short-term method is I think they are basically these the calendar method, the use of condoms. We have the ones which are not that common, like the use of diaphragm. It is a type of barrier method. Condom and diaphragm, they are both a barrier method. Kuna ingine like spermicides, not that common. Yeah, these one are short-term methods. So majorly what are known is condom, calendar methods, hizi ni zenye tunajua kama safe days. Oral or injection. Oral ni ile unameza matembe kila siku, unaweza pewa ya miezi 3. Diaphragm, it's almost similar to condom, not common. Spermicide ni matembe that you unaweka kwa njia ya uzazi. Yeah, let's get to long term. So long term ni yenye nakaa muda mrefu. For instance, we have like implants. Implants, kuna ya 3 years, kuna ya 5 years. So you see it is somewhat long term. We have IUC days, intrauterine contraceptive devices. These are basically ile tunaita coil. So the most common is made up of copper. Tuta discuss each one of them. I'm just giving you the category so that you know, okay, family planning is so broad than venye watu wanafikiria. Yeah, I think these are the long-term methods. If there are the others, we shall still add up in the individual presentations. Now, we have number 3, which is permanent methods. So permanent ni ile yenye ukifanya ni hivyo. Actually, in this case, when you want a permanent method, lazima uconsent. Unaandika kwa karatasi, like you have to sign kuonyesha kwamba you have agreed and you do not want any more children. So for this case, huwezi enda ukasema you want permanent family planning method na maybe you have not had the children or the number of children that you desire. Sawa. So we have for the female, which is common, tubal ligation, the bilateral tubal ligation, ama ile mnasikianga inaitwa BTL. Inafanywa through theater. Yeah, it's a theater procedure whereby the 2 tubes, fallopian tubes, zinafungwa so that over ama yako iwezi kutoka kwa the ovaries for it to be fertilized or for them to be fertilized, inafungwa kabisa. So it's a permanent method, and this is very common, especially kwa mama wame undergo cesarean section. Unapata a mother has gone through maybe cesarean section 3 times, so inakuwa of a greater risk having another pregnancy, ama unapata wengine hata 5. So mama anakuwa advised during the last cesarean section, anakuwa advised to get this bilateral tubal ligation so that time anazalishwa mtoto through hiyo kupasuliwa pia anafungwa hiyo. Yeah, for the men it's the common vasectomy. Vasectomy, these were the tubes that brings or that passes sperms from the testis to, let's say, the urethra for now ejaculation, zinafungwa hapo katikati, or it's the removal. Yeah, it's the removal of those tubes through a theater procedure. So this one is also permanent for men. Yeah, this when we categorize as short term, long term, or permanent means. So let's briefly now reclassify them as based on hormonal and non-hormonal, so that on the next presentation tutakuwa tunaongelea each one of them. Kwa mfano condom, what is it prescribed for? For instance, when you don't have a family or you are not having sex frequently, you are recommended to use condom. But when you have a family, you could consider maybe implants or such. Yeah, and then we also consider, apart from just the family planning, kuna zile zina prevent you from getting sexual transmitted diseases, zingine haziku prevent. So what is the advantage of, let's say, condom over this one? They prevent you from getting sexually transmitted diseases. Sawa sawa. Now, we classify as either hormonal or non-hormonal. That's what we said about constituent. So let's start with hormonal. Hormonally, basically, what those are the means that use hormones. So we may have hormones like the oral, stroke, or let's just split them. Oral contraceptives like the POPs, progestin only pills, and the COCs. Okay, it is hormonal. And then you have injection, or injectable contraceptives. We have progestin only injection, something of the sort. Yeah, tutaiangalia like the Depo-Provera. It is very common, ile shindano ya miezi tatu. Another hormonal is the implants. So we have the implants for 3 years and for the 5 years. Yenye unaweka kwa mkono, it is also hormonal. And lastly, there is another type of IUCD that is hormonal, not the copper one. Tutaiangalia pia. Now when it comes to non-hormonal, we get the, like, number one is the calendar method. So the calendar, now when we locally refer to as safe days, it is not hormonal. We have the use of condoms or barrier methods. We have the use of IUCD, the copper one. Tusema inawekwa kwa njia ya uzazi. And then we have now like the permanents, like the BTL and the vasectomy. Yeah, so these are basically the family planning methods. So next, in detail now, and this one video you'll find it on YouTube. I will share the link there so that you go watch. It is very educative. Tukisema unataka kutumia implant ama shindano ya miezi tatu, side effects ni gani? Ni nani anafaa atumie? For instance, there are those with like high blood pressure. They are not recommended, or they are not supposed to use the implants because they tend to raise the blood pressure. The others like cancer. For someone who has who is on PI, progestin only pills, is not recommended for breast cancer. Tutaangalia tujue kwa nini. So it is very educative. Na ukitoka hapo as maybe someone who is planning a family or anyone, or you have a friend who can ask you, unataka nitumie njia gani, unaweza muadvise maybe, so that akifika in the hospital, he or she has already the what is required, or the basic information about this. Yeah, so it's very important. See you again in the next episode on YouTube. like, share, and subscribe on that channel. It will be very health educative, not only on family planning method, but we have a lot that we shall be discussing. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. It's NBK Live.